Yo, this is it. I'm Mr. Fade, and you're listening to Attack of the Beats on IllMuzik.com. Another week, another set of 5 beats. And actually, if you hear some creaking, some weird noises during the show, it's just my chair. It's for some reason my chair is making all kinds of noise, and I'm not happy about it, but I'm going to have to check it out. But you might have to put up with it. I don't know. Let's see if you can hear it. Hold on. I don't know if you can hear that, but anyway, it sucks. All right. So we'll kick it off right away. We got what's the name of this? Let me pronounce this here. We got Black Kiss Strong with Chat. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Black Kiss Strong with Chat. Okay, so this beat, well, right off the bat, the first thing is the levels, you know, for the mix. You really have to watch the levels, because on this one, I really noticed a difference. I really noticed that it was very, very loud. It was very much in the red, so you got to make sure you keep that in check, you know. So I know with trap beats and stuff, it can get out of control. There's a lot of, you know, heavy bass lines, heavy synths and stuff. But that's no excuse. I mean, really. I mean, you just have to keep the levels under control when you're doing the mix. But that's the main thing, because it's very difficult, I find, to listen to this beat, really, because of that mix, you know. But it sucks because it's a good beat. You know, I like the beat. I do like the sounds used, the bass line. The kick was a little thumpy or whatever, but it was a nice kick. Snare was good with the clap, whatever. And then you got the synth keys. Those were nice. But like I said, the main thing is the mix. You know, if you just get the mix under control. And the other thing is the fact that the beat, like, it's a good beat. It's just that I think it's obviously, like, you made this probably for a rapper, right? Because that's what it sounds like it should be for. I mean, because on its own, it's like, it's a good beat, but it's just like, it just kind of like it's like there's no direction. You know, it just kind of keeps stopping. Like, I want to hear like some consistency throughout. So, but if you have like a rapper on top of it, of course, this would be a wicked beat then, right? So, but whatever, you know. But on its own, yeah, I mean, it's kind of, you know, like I said, lacking direction or whatever. But it's a good beat. But the main thing, like I said, is the mixing. It's you know, I mean, I've mentioned this many times on the show. I've written about it a lot of times, you know. So you just got to keep the levels in check, you know. So I mean, I'll just break it down real quick. When you're mixing, start off with all the tracks at 0, no effects whatsoever, and try to get a good sound on every level without the effects, with all the meters at 0. Don't put any meters higher than 0, and just make sure you're taking away, not adding stuff. So if you can get a good sound with just the levels, no effects whatsoever, and you're not going into the red, because you won't go into the red because nothing's going above 0, right? So once you do that, then you can start adding effects, and at that point, then you can just start controlling the levels from that. So that's all. Yeah. So all right. So next up we've got who we got? Huggy HG with Opera. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Huggy HG with Opera. All right, so this track, right off the bat, I like that snare. It's a nice smack. You got a nice reverb on that, so that was good. But once you get into the actual beat, okay, the snare I didn't enjoy as much throughout the beat, because when I heard it with everything else, like for example, with the hi-hats, I wouldn't use that type of hi-hat. I think it'd probably be best to use something with, I call it like a little bit of dust on the hat, a little bit of dust, because it's too punchy, the hat, So I just think when you have that plus that snare, then you bring in the synth. You got so much in the high end. I think that you need to have some middle ground there. You need to mix it, have like a better mix. You know what I mean? Like a better variety or whatever. Because I just think there's too much. I think if you were to put everything on some kind of EQ waveform, you'd just see everything just like in the high end of the EQ and stuff. So because of that, like, it's good you have the bass line, but again, you got everything is so high, it's lifted up that the bass line is not really going with that kick. So the thing is, don't get me wrong, the whole beat sounds nice. I like it. I like the way you progressed all the way through and stuff. I just think that mixing wise, that I think that you should have some more low end or whatever, just some more just some more thickness to the whole beat is what I'm trying to say. Because right now, like I said, it's just kind of very, very high everything. So that's the main thing, really, And I would start with the two things: is the hat and the snare. Like the snare, don't have it so it just feels like it's too pitched up. You know what I mean? And the hat. That's the main thing. Is the hat. Start with the hat. Make it a little dustier, so it's not so punchy, not so tight. You know what I mean? So. But the beat itself, very good. I like the beat, nice synth and everything, But like I said, it's just everything's very, very very much on the high end. So that's the main thing I would fix. So, all right. So next up, we've got Mephisto Beats with La Bombe. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Mephisto Beats with the Bomb. All right, so this one, it's kind of like the first beat. You know, it's like the first thing is to check the levels because everything's very, very hot. You're in the red, so just keep an eye on that when you're mixing. You know, I just find everything is kind of very, very high, very distorted, or whatever. But you know, with this beat, what's interesting is, you know, a lot of times I tell people is to really listen to what you're doing. You know, when you're making a beat, because you know, it could easily get out of control, right? You're in the zone, you're just making a beat or whatever. But with this beat, for example, everything sounds pretty good for what you're doing with the pattern and stuff. But here's what you should do: you should try keep everything you have, okay? But take out a couple things. Take out that violin, okay? Take that out, and take out your drums completely, okay? So instead of the drums, put in some kind of break beat. Could be any kind of break beat, but whatever. Some kind of break beat, something that's pretty good. You know, it could be even like funky drummer or whatever. Something like that. Just for an experiment, try that. Put that in, and then you have the keys in the back there with the voice keys in the back, and then the explosion and all that stuff. Have that with the break beat. Just that alone should be your foundation. Okay, try that. Then you can bring in the violin and see how it sounds, because the violin, it's good, but it's a little pitchy there, but bring it in and see how it sounds, because I think the main thing is the drums. That's the main thing that needs to be fixed. So that's why whenever you're having a problem with your beat, you're not sure what to do or whatever, do something like that. Just take a breakbeat loop and just put it with the rest of your instruments and see how it sounds. And if it sounds a lot better, then you know it's your drums that's the problem. So I think that's the main issue that you have with this. So try with the breakbeat first and take it from there, and then slowly bring in the violin and the explosions or whatever, you know. But I think that's the main thing, because the drums you have, it's, you know, like they cut off and they're kind of abrupt, and you have the little scratching of the kick or whatever. So, and I don't really hear a snare, you know. So that's why try the breakbeat and see how it goes from there. I guarantee you it will sound a hell of a lot better. So, all right. So next up we've got On and Calf with Kimosabi. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was On and Calf with Kimosabi. All right, so first off, let's see here. Well, you know, I want to explain something. The other day I was making this beat, and it's the same as this kind of thing, where I had a nice beat going. I had these keys, these low-end keys, and it sounded great and everything. But then as I kept listening to it and I brought in the bass line and everything, I was like, you know what, it's too much in the low end. and it just felt like I wasn't doing much with the beat, So in your case, the same type of thing, I think, is that those low end keys are nice. Like, what is it, like a vibraphone or something? It's nice. It's just that I think if you went a little up in a few, like just bring it up a few notes, those keys, keep the same thing, but just bring it up a few notes and see how that sounds. Because you have you have a thick kick, you have the thick bass line coming in, or just a bass line coming in. So then you get these low end keys. So it's kind of, everything's just kind of muddy in a way, not muddy, but sort of. So then you have that. The rest is great though. You have the guitar, the other keys here and there and stuff. And so I think the main thing is just those low end keys. If you brought them up a bit, just in pitch, or just bring it up a few notes and stuff, it would make a big difference. And after that, I mean, there's not much else to be done. Listen to the beat, and it's good. The drum work is very good. And the percussion and everything. I think after that, if you want to add something else, I think what would be really good for this beat is bring in some horns. Just get some kind of horn. It could be a trumpet or something, and do something with that. It doesn't have to be a lot, just like a horn that's like fading out or something like that, whatever. Or put a horn like a note repeater or something. Just something simple like that. But horns, try some horns with that and see what you can do with that, because I think it would sound a lot better. Trust me. But start with those keys, the low end keys, bring them up a bit, add some horns. I think you would have a winner there. All right, so next up we get the last beat. It's Sliceberg Slim with Jesus. Let's check it out.
That's when it came out of a clear blue sky. Oh, the dear good Lord's own sweet breath, and his voice like an electric shock. I was revelated. Oh, praise him, Mr. X, praise him, good work. Jesus, read the book. Jesus.
All right. Okay, so that was Sliceberg Slim with Jesus. All right, so this beat I like. It's good. A lot of sample chops and everything. And I like what you did with it, how you had some nice progression going on, right? You're just building up the beat here and there, just slowly moving forward with it and stuff. Although it did get a little repetitive, but that's what happens when you have a lot of sample chops or whatever, So I did like it, but I don't know. I think maybe it would have been better if you had some more, because you get those little vocal snippets throughout and stuff, but maybe if you had maybe it's like a longer vocal snippet, like if the girl's singing or something, like maybe it's a little longer instead of just little short ones. I don't know if that's possible with the samples you have or that you chopped up or whatever, but you could always get it from some other sample or whatever. The main problem I had though was the fact that I think was the mix itself, is that it's just, I don't know how you processed it, but it just sound very, very, very high end, I should say. Very, not a lot of thickness to the mix, let's say. And because of that, you also had that, it's like the other beat from before, where you have, the hi-hat and then the snare. That plus the way you mixed it, I think it's just, everything's just kind of very, very high end, you know. So it's like it's a little hard on the ears, you know what I mean? So that's why actually right at the beginning I'm listening to it, and it's like okay, when the drums drop in, it's nice, but I was like, really, I think the snare should be more of a smacking snare, you know, like a smack with some reverb. I think that would give some nice breathing room for the whole beat and stuff. But you know, you'd still have to have some thickness to it and stuff. So I would fix that. You know, fix the mix where it's, you know, give it some more thickness, not so high end, and change the snare. You know, I mean, or you could just add another snare to it. You know, where you just have like a smacking snare with the one you have, and see what you can do with that. Because I think that would make a big difference. You know, because right now, like I said, it's just very, very high end. It's hard to really to listen to it a bit, you know. So, but you know, plus you got the cymbals and all that stuff. So, so it's the mixing. The mixing is the main thing. You know, just play with that. See what you can come up with, and I think it'd be a lot better if you just change those little things, you know. So, but it was a good beat. I like it. Good job. All right, so that's it for me. I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attacking the Beats. Keep sending them in. I keep reviewing them. And my favorite beat this week, the winner is, drum roll please, Onin Calf with Kimosabi. Let's check it out.